Just wait, I think some problem is there. So can you see the screen?
No, sir.
Is it visible now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So please mute your microphone. So yesterday we have started discussing that what is feedback. What is feedback? And we have discussed two.
Sir, you're muted.
So so now it is okay.
Yes, sir.
So we have discussed two structures. One is closed loop structure, another one is that open loop structure. So closed loop structure is nothing but that feedback system, and open loop structure is that non-feedback system. So feedback exists means a closed sequence of cause and effect relationship exists. So that is feedback exists means a closed sequence of cause and effect relationship exists.
Sir, we cannot see your presentation.
Cannot see.
Your presentation. I mean your screen.
Let's see. So what happens? Can you see it now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We can see.
I think some problem is that related to that image team. I don't know what is going on. So uh, let us see some examples. And I think if you see those, please mute your microphone. See some examples, and then the concept of feedback would be clear to us. So just first you consider a simple electrical circuit. It is a constant current source, and this is capacitor, and this is that resistance. So this is that resistance R, capacitance, and suppose this is a constant current source, and that output is Vt. So here the current is I1 and current is I2. So it is a simple circuit, and uh, if you just write all the KCL and KVL, from there you will understand that this circuit works on the principle of feedback. How? So you just write the KCL and KVL. So for this one, that is I1t that is equal to IT minus I2T. And the voltage, this VT equal to 1 by C, that integration 0 to T I1T dt. And the other equation is, that is I2T equal to Vt by R. So now if you rearrange those equations and if you draw a diagram based on these three equations, what you can see. So first, from this equation you see that say you have given IT here. Please mute your microphone. Then I2T. So IT, if you subtract this one, then you will get I1T. Now, if you integrate it 0 to T, that I1T dt, so the output that you would have, that is Vt. Then if you just divide this Vt by 1 by R, you will get I2T. So it is very interesting to see, this is a simple electrical circuit that also works based on feedback principle. And here you can see that this particular thing, that is, it is using feedback, and it is called that negative feedback. So let us see some more examples. So let us see a few more examples on physical systems. I hope in your first year you have studied that electrical machine. So suppose the example here, this is that example 2. It's a DC machine. So this is a simple circuit, that armature resistance and then inductance, and then you have this brush. This is the DC machine. I hope you all can remember that separately excited DC motor, and this is that coil, field coil. So now it has that armature resistance and armature inductance, armature current IA, and then it has that mechanical shaft. So this is that angular speed, and suppose the supply voltage is Vs. So now if you write that KCL and KVL for this particular electrical machine, DC machine, and this is separately excited DC machine, then you can write the first equation is the supply voltage Vs equal to armature current into Ra plus La, then dIa by dt plus Eb. So this Eb is back EMF. Eb is back EMF. So now this Eb, this back EMF, directly proportional to the speed of that motor. So Kb is that constant, and the developed torque in DC machine, that is equal to K T Ia, and that mechanical equation, that is if you consider the inertia of that shaft and viscous coefficient, so then you can write that is d omega by dt plus B omega plus TL. So this TL is load torque. So from this particular example, what we are trying to see, we are trying to understand that this particular system also runs on feedback principle. So we can write those equations. So let us number those equations. So suppose this is equation number 1 and this is equation number 2. So then let us represent those equations in block form. So suppose this Vs is that supply voltage, and from equation 1 you can see that Vs is that supply voltage. So now if you subtract this minus EB, that means here EB is coming. So if you subtract it, so basically there will be some dynamics inside it. Some dynamics is there, and output will be the armature current. So I am not writing the dynamics here. Later on, whenever we will be deriving the model of DC motor, we will write the transfer function here. So from this particular equation, you will get the transfer function. But now our objective is to understand that feedback mechanism. So you will get that armature current. So now from here you can see that the torque, developed torque, is actually directly proportional to the armature current. So that means if you multiply with this KT, so you are getting it from this equation, you will get this amount of torque, that is the developed torque. And now from this equation, are you asking any question? So please mute your microphone. So equation 2, you can see that T, you get T here. So basically some load torque is here, this load torque. If you just subtract this load torque, then please mute your microphone. So you will get that output speed, that is W, and if you just multiply this one,
Sir, you are muted.
doing it, I don't know, that means what, some sound is coming and it is muted. Anyway, so I'll talk to that institute, you know, those who are handling this MS Team software. I want to see the setting of it, because again and again it is happening. Anyway, so now you can see that this is a system. It is a simple DC machine, electrical separately excited DC machine. And if you write those dynamical equations, from there you can see that this machine runs on a feedback mechanism. And here this is that feedback path. This is that feedback path. This is that feedback path. And that feedback is established in the form of the back EMF. So this is another nice example of feedback system. So sometimes people ask a question, so can you explain that DC machine works based on the feedback mechanism? So basically you need to show this particular diagram and all the mathematical models. From here you need to explain. So let us see another example. So we consider that ideal op amp, and I'm just drawing a simple op amp circuit. So I have connected with that inverting mode. So I have taken that ideal op-amp, and here the output is V2 and input is V1, and the different parameters are here. This is R1 and this is R2, and suppose this voltage is V. And if the gain is K, as it is in inverting mode, so that is V2 equal to minus KV. So now if I say that this particular circuit is also works using that feedback mechanism, so can you explain that? So here our objective is to explain, to understand that this circuit also works based on the feedback mechanism. So let us see how it works. So now if you just write that KCL, that is V2 minus V2 say V2 here, okay. So V1 minus V by R1, that equal to V minus V2 by R2. So from here, if you simplify it, you will get that R2 minus R1 V1 and R2 by R1 V equal to V minus V2. So then you can write it as R2 by R1 V1 plus V2 plus R2 plus R1 by R1 V. So I am denoting it as E. So we get these equations, relationships from this particular circuit. So now we are just trying to understand how the feedback path is established. So let us draw this circuit in block diagram form. Suppose, so this is V1. So now if you multiply this one with R2 by R1, then you will get this term. So now you add V2 here, and then if you multiply with R1 by R1 plus R2, so you will get V. Here you can see. So this is that term. So this is that term you will get here, and if you just multiply it with R1, this one, you will get V. So now if you multiply this V here, you can see this one. So if you multiply with minus K, you will get E. If you multiply it with this one, you will get V2 here, and this is actually that feedback. So from these particular equations, I think now it is clear how the feedback is used. And if you take minus sign here, so basically it is coming as positive feedback. So we have seen three examples. One is from electrical circuit. We have used one constant current source, and we found that this circuit is nothing but that negative feedback. And here DC machine, here also we have seen it works as with negative feedback. And this is an op-amp circuit. Here we can see that it uses positive feedback, and if you change that inverting terminal, you can change that feedback as well. So now these all are actually the engineered systems. because we can just make it, we can build it. That we have discussed, that around us there are two types of systems. One is engineered systems, another type is that natural systems. So now we take another example of biological systems. It is, I think, all of you familiar with it. So the biological systems, another examples, that is that it is called that insulin, glucose dynamics. I think you all know that nowadays that insulin glucose, the diabetes problem, it is a serious problem for that mankind, because most of the people are suffering from this type of disease. But let us see how that insulin glucose level is maintained in human body. So first of all, that blood glucose concentration is kept within a narrow range, say suppose 0.7 to 1.1 gram per liter. That is that blood glucose concentration is kept within a narrow range 0.7 to 1.1 gram per liter. I think many of you may be interested in to do your project work or research work in systems biology. So those who are interested in biological systems and systems biology, this example is really interesting, and many people are also from that biotechnology as well as from electronics department and also from electrical department, chemical department. They are working on this type of problems. So it is really interesting as well as nice problem to consider. So the influence, that means this blood glucose is influenced by many factors. Many factors like, so I'm getting some sound. So if someone has unmuted your microphone, so please mute your microphone. So like food intake, digestion, and exercise. So this is physical exercise. So now how that blood glucose level is maintained? So basically the glucose concentration is maintained by the pancreas, which secretes insulin and glucagon. So let us write it, then I'll be explaining. So glucose concentration is maintained by pancreas, which secretes insulin and glucagon. So I hope you understand what we are doing now. So basically we are discussing one natural systems, biological systems, and from there we'll be understanding the concept of feedback. So when glucose level is low, when glucose level is low, glucagon is released into the bloodstream. And it acts on the cells
Sir, you're muted.
So it acts on the cells in the liver that so this is the mechanism. That means whenever that glucose level goes down, then glucagon is released. Glucagon is released into the bloodstream and it acts on the cells in the liver that releases glucose. And in other way, when glucose level is high, insulin is secreted then glucose level is lowered by causing the liver and other cells to take up more glucose. So this is actually the mechanism. So that means whenever that glucose level goes up, and you can see here what happens here. When glucose level is low, then the glucagon is released into the bloodstream, and whenever that glucose level is high, then that insulin is secreted. So we can just represent in diagram form, so then it would be easy to remember. That means all these mechanisms. So one thing is that glucose in blood, and then one component, I would say that subsystem from system point of view, that is called that pancreas, and another subsystem that is liver, and tissue, stomach, and so these all are the subsystems. And here whenever that glucose level goes up or down, whatever it is, so that signal is transmitted to that pancreas, and whenever it goes low, Then pancreas secretes that glucagon, and then immediately that liver increases that glucose level. Similarly, whenever that blood glucose level goes up, that pancreas secretes that insulin, and that signal goes to that liver as well as to tissue. Then what happens, that liver absorbs that glucose level, and here also the same thing happens. So there are some tissues that can add some glucose, they can increase some glucose level as well as can absorb, but there are some tissues which can only absorb that glucose levels. And stomach, that means depending on your food intake, it helps increasing that glucose level in the blood. So this is actually very interesting natural systems, example of natural systems where that feedback mechanism plays an important role. So here we have seen 4 examples. One is that circuit examples, and then DC machine, and here this is that op-amp, and this is one biological systems, which is that natural systems. There are many other examples. I think everywhere you can see feedback is there. So another example I think you may be interested in to know the name of those examples. I am not going to discuss in detail. If you are interested in, you can see that is that web server control. So in web server control also we use feedback mechanism to effectively use the memory as well as to improve the efficiency of the processor. So that means if there is any client server, just using that feedback mechanism, you can increase the efficiency of the whole systems. The second example is that control of vehicle dynamics. So this particular system is very interesting as well as difficult. The reason is, whenever you are driving a car, suppose if you would like to maintain that speed, then that system has some feedback mechanism, but in the feedback itself, one human is involved. So basically in this particular example, human in loop. That means whenever you are closing the feedback, and it is also a closed loop control system, but in the closed loop control system, human is involved in that loop. So basically you need to consider the different aspects of that reactions, fatigueness, etc. of that driver, that means human in that loop. So this is actually one interesting and nice example of feedback mechanism where human is involved in that loop. Another example which is really interesting I would like to mention, that is that childbirth. So this example this is another example of the natural system, and here why this is very interesting, because it is actually one example of positive feedback system. So I'm just showing you in brief how it works. That means whenever the head of baby pushes against cervix, head of baby cervix, then immediately a signal is sent to that pituitary gland, and pituitary gland secretes oxytocin. So whenever that oxytocin is secreted by that pituitary gland, then it stimulates contraction. And whenever it stimulates contractions, okay, so I need to, again, something go wrong. Just wait, I need to start it again.
Hello.
Yes, I'm here, but I think something goes wrong. So that's why I'm opening that file. So please keep
Sir,
patient. Yes, please.
sir, how to decide a positive or negative feedback? How we are
So
deciding positive?
yes, I'm coming to that. So positive or negative feedback, first of all, is it now visible?
Yes,
Is
sir.
it visible? Is it visible now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So positive or negative feedback, here you can see the first example. It is clear that it is coming negative feedback. That means if you just see the equations, okay, if you see just the equations, and from there it is clear that the effect is reduced. So basically, if IT is DC, the constant current source here. So then, so after sometimes this capacitor, okay, so something goes wrong actually. That capacitor will be charged fully, and you can see that this I1 would be would be equal to 0. That means no current will flow here, and from here it would be clear that it is coming as negative feedback. Similarly, in case of DC machine, you can see that whenever speed is 0, there is no back EMF. I think something goes wrong, so let's see. It is writing here. So can you see the slides?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And here you can see that whenever speed equal to 0, there is no back EMF. There is no back EMF here. I think there is no back EMF, and there is no back EMF. And whenever that speed is developed, then some back EMF is generated, and that voltage is balanced. And from here you can see that is actually negative feedback. I don't know, so it is not working properly. I don't know what happens. And in case of this op-amp circuit, it is clear that whenever you take it is as inverting terminal, so then it is using positive feedback. If you change it, it would be negative feedback. It depends on you, what type of feedback you will be using. So basically, your objective is to stabilize that system. So sometimes it works with negative feedback. In most of the engineered systems, we use negative feedback, but there are some examples where we use positive feedback. And in many biological systems, and mostly in biological systems, we found that that human body, nature, so many wheres they use positive feedback. So to understand whether it is positive or negative feedback, so we need to see the we need to see the mathematical model, and from there we'll get it. Okay, so those slides are not saved, so anyway it is lost. So that the example what we are discussing, that child bath, so there whenever that pituitary gland secretes that oxytocin, then immediately that it stimulates contractions, and whenever that contraction is stimulated, then immediately that head of the baby pushes against that cervix. So that means it actually the positive reaction, that means positive, 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 like that. So that effect is added to it. So another example in vibration control, I don't know whether I will be able to write it or not. It is written somewhere else. So can you please just wait for a few minutes? I need to just log out and again log in. Otherwise, I don't know why it is not working. Please keep patience. Let's see. So can you hear that slides? Can you see that slides? Can you see it?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
let
sir.
me just try show. So this is that another examples of this one is that flexible structures. I hope you can see it right now. Flexible structures where
Sir, slide is not visible, sir.
slide is not visible. Okay, let me see. I don't know. So
Yes, sir, now it's visible.
it is visible.
Sir, it is not visible. It's showing there was a problem sharing whiteboard.
Is it visible now?
Sir, it is visible. Sir, it is zoomed out, I think.
Yes, sir, it's visible that you've written structures.
Yes, sir. It visible now.
Is it visible now?
Yes, sir.
Sir, it is still not visible.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I think a lot of problems I am facing. So continuously some messages are coming. Don't know so how the people have said those things. Anyway, so just I'll be just winding up today's class, and let me just discuss what we have done so far. I hope you have taken those notes. So today we have actually discussed some examples, and from there we have understood that what are the different types of feedbacks that we can have. One is that positive feedback, another one is that negative feedback. And we have taken some simple circuit problems, some op-amp circuit problems, and DC machine, and also we have discussed two natural systems, biological systems. And in some examples we have seen that system uses negative feedback, and in somewhere system uses positive feedback. And my experience is in many biological systems particularly, that system uses positive feedback to stabilize and to maintain the performance of that system. But in most of the cases in engineered systems, we use negative feedback. And we have seen some examples, and later on I'll be uploading some problem sheets. From there also you can understand what are the different types of feedbacks we use in engineered systems. So because of some problems related to the sharing and etc. So today I am just closing this class, and tomorrow we'll start at 9 a.m. And do you have any questions? So if you have any questions, so please ask me. If you have any questions, you may ask me.
Hello, sir.
Yes, please ask.
Sir, that in the op-amp, we say that it has negative feedback. Yet in the block diagram, we have shown that it has positive feedback. Why so?
No, in op-amp, the way I have written, you see, I have taken the gain as minus k. I have used that inverting terminal. Okay. So if you put k there, so then that minus sign will be used in feedback. So then it would be negative feedback. Otherwise, if you take that gain as negative, so this feedback can be realized as positive feedback.
Sir, but can't we say
Yes.
that the output comes after we multiply minus k, and
Yes.
the output is V2, which is equal to minus kV, and
Yes.
then the output is added to V1, right? So
Yes.
like that, I'm not very sure.
No, you see, in this particular example, if you use that inverting terminal, that output is coming that V2, okay, or V. So, and it is adding to that. So basically in this particular circuit, what we have discussed, we are using positive feedback.
Okay, thank you.
Because
Yes.
inside, so later on whenever we'll be discussing closed loop control system, so there, yeah, as these all are the engineered systems, so you can play with that gain. So you can play with that gain, you can make it as positive or negative. So depending on that positive and negative, you can make it either positive feedback or negative feedback.
Okay, so thank you. Understood.
I'll be giving more problems for practicing. So there, from there you can see, and also you can simulate those op-amp circuits in PSpice or in MATLAB, whatever it is, or you can also build up very small circuit on breadboard, and you can see it. That means in positive and negative feedback. And sometimes if you change that feedback, you can see the whole systems becomes unstable. So physically you will see that your circuit will be burnt out. Okay. So those things we will see later. That means whenever we'll be discussing stability. So that feedback, how the feedback affects on the closed loop, that thing we'll be discussing later. So probably tomorrow we'll be discussing. Any other question?
Sir, I would like to say something.
Yes.
Sir, actually in the meeting you have added everyone as a presenter. So presenter have the admin privileges, so they can mute anyone and
Okay.
kick them out of the meeting. So
Okay.
many of them are kicking us out of the meeting.
Right. I'll be changing that setting. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Actually, I am also new to this, and thank you. If you have some more suggestion, feedback, just convey it. I'll be doing that one. Okay. Okay. I'll change that one.
Okay, so you will get this settings, I think, in the details section. Maybe.
So that thing I know, but you know, just I'm taking this week to settle down. Okay, so this is a fantastic feedback. I'll do that.
Okay.
I know it if it is available. I'll do that.
Thank you, sir.
Any other questions or anything else? Okay, so if you do not have any questions, so you may leave. So thank you very much. So tomorrow I'll take the class at 9 a.m. And can you tell me one thing? So once I set that meeting in the calendar, so automatically, probably as a team member, you get the notification, right?
Yes, sir.
So do I need to send separately any link? Do I need to send separate link through email?
No, sir, we get
No,
the
sir.
notification automatically.
Automatically, right? So as you are team member. Okay, so tomorrow I am not going to send any email. Just today I'll be fixing meeting at 9 a.m. So probably from 8:30 to 11:30. Class is from 9 to 11. So we'll be taking 5 minutes break. And I'm not going to send you any link separately. Just as team member, you will be just joining that class directly. Okay, thank you. So thank you very much.